This is Tuck with Tuck GC. We just finished up an apron, driveway, some walkways, a trash pad, river rock in Arlington, Virginia. This project came out quite nicely. I just came back the second day to do the curing compound here on the apron that Arlington County requires and figured I would shoot a little video. So I'm going to focus a lot on the apron here. Now we were allowed, you can barely see in the middle there, right there, there is a water meter present there. Normally, any sort of jurisdiction like VDOT or Arlington County or any of the other jurisdictions we work in will not allow you to have a water meter in the middle of the apron. Now, we dealt with Joe down there, the engineer. We had about an hour meeting with him, discussing the process and everything, and he was comfortable after having the conversation with us that we would be able to deliver on installing one of these drive-on, road-safe covers for the water meter. So we sourced a heavy-duty AY McDonald. That thing weighs about 50 pounds and it's rated for street traffic. So that was very cool. We didn't have to move the meter. That saved the client about $7,000 to move it and about 6 months of permit and pain dealing with that whole process, getting it set up. Now, another thing we did here that was really cool on this apron, you see we just have the little 2-foot utility strip here and the sidewalk right there. So it doesn't give you much room for the ramp. We came through and on both sides, it's tough to see, especially with my caution tape here, but this sidewalk depresses down, this sidewalk depresses down, and it lowered the whole apron a few inches, so we got a nice smooth ramp transition into the driveway. That is the Arlington County standard. I think it's a R-2.4B. Now, another thing we did here is we didn't want to use up a ton of lot coverage here. It's a smaller lot. We wanted to save some room in the future if he wants to do a deck or anything in the back. So the driveway counts towards the lot coverage, but walkways do not. So we came up with this handy idea to line up the edge of the driveway with an apron. We went max width of 17 feet, so you can fit 2 cars in there, but you have the nice walkway here going up, and we did the separation here with the river rock, so if they wanted to get some extra room in here, they could pull over here and drive a car on here if there's like a snow emergency or a lot of guests, and that gives you even more off-street parking without taking up a lot of your lot coverage. It's a smart little trick that we did there. I'm going to walk around to the back, bear with me. Driveway still curing. It's a little bit cooler out, so you'll notice when it's curing you'll have these different colors where it's gray, some areas white, but in a couple weeks all that'll blend in quite nicely and it'll actually look almost as white as the apron with the curing compound. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Arlington makes us put curing compound there. Kind of messes with the aesthetics, but I get it. Helps a little bit with the curing process. We did this nice walkway coming around to the back, and then a nice little trash pad here with a walkway next to it so the trash can sit here. Now you see we're almost level with the ground here. At the fence there, we paid very close attention to drainage. We didn't want to flood the neighbor over here, so this actually slopes a tiny bit this way into the rear, natural slope of the land, and then this one we left level left to right, actually has a tiny bit of slope that way, and that goes down to the driveway. So all the water runs off here. You can see this corner of the driveway almost looks artificially picked up, but that's because we wanted the level from left to right here on the driveway. All the water runs down into the apron, out into the storm water management system. So this is what we do, folks. We can take one of these complicated apron projects with the different grading, water meter, things of that nature, and bring them together with a nice driveway and walkway setup. And let's get a close-up of that river rock. We did some 3/4 to 1 inch river rock in between the 2 areas there, and that looks really nice. So give us a call for any of your apron or driveway projects. We'd be happy to service you as well. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.